Time now for a look at the latest in the local news. In the news, early voting in its final week before the general election, which is set for next Tuesday, November 8th, which the polls will be open that day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting this week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. This past Friday, 378 people cast their ballots. On Saturday, 192 more. Grand total of early votes in Wayne County heading into this week stands at 3,517. Key races across the state, including the race for governor. Governor Brian Kemp faced opposition from Democratic candidate Stacey Abrams. Race to be decided next Tuesday. Governor Brian Kemp visited Jessup, Wayne County this past Thursday. Here were some of his comments to the crowd that gathered at the Altamont Steak and Seafood restaurant.
Remember, Stacey Abrams, she campaigned to help Joe Biden get elected president. She supports his agenda. She auditioned to be his vice presidential nominee. These are the policies that are crushing hardworking Georgians right now. 60% of Americans right now are living paycheck to paycheck. 66% of Americans don't feel like their pay is keeping up with Joe Biden's inflation. Over 70% of Americans right now feel like they're worse off today than they were just a year ago. Imagine if you'd have asked that question, are you worse off than you were 2 years ago? It'd probably be 99% of people. But this is the agenda that she supports, that she would bring to our state, that has caused you to pay 30% more for eggs when you go to the grocery store, 15% more for milk and for poultry. Terrible domestic energy policy from the Biden administration that has created a crisis at the gas pump. You know, those are the things that policy has done to us. What we're doing is helping you fight through that. Blake and Stephen and I have been working since January to help Georgia families fight through 40-year high inflation and a disaster at the gas pump. Because we were open and we said no to Stacey Abrams keeping us closed, because you all were resilient and you went on with your lives in tough times, our revenues have been extraordinary. And we fully funded the government and we had money left over. So instead of doing what Joe Biden did in Washington, D.C. and spending a bunch of money and doing all this other crazy stuff, we decided to send it back to you. We sent $1 billion of your money back to you to put into your pocket to help you deal with 40-year high inflation. We have suspended the gas tax since March in Georgia, saving Georgia families and businesses $800 million and counting. Georgians are saving 29 to 30 cents every time they fill up. So you have a state government that's fighting for you when Joe Biden's been fighting against you. In the middle of a pandemic, as Stephen talked about, we passed the largest state income tax cut in state history during the middle of a pandemic because we said no to Stacey Abrams and kept our economy open. And if you send us back on November the 8th, we're going to do that again. We're going to send you another $1 billion of your money back, just to put some more money back in your pocket to help you when you go to the grocery store, to help you fight through this 40-year high inflation. We're going to do a one-time property tax relief grant. I don't know about y'all, but my property taxes have gone up. And when that happens, your tax bill goes up, and not all local governments are rolling the millage rate back enough to offset the tax. So instead of creating new big government programs with one-time money, we're going to use that money to take another $1 billion of excess revenue into a one-time property tax relief grant and put that money back in your pocket. We believe that will save the average Georgia homeowner between 15 and 25% on their tax bill. You know, that helps hardworking people. And at the same time, Joe Biden and the Democrats in Washington have been trying to hurt him by raising your taxes. This is a president that promised he would not do this, and they did it anyway. It's like he doesn't even remember doing it. I mean, it's like he never said, I say that in an honest way, y'all. But you have to wonder about the guy that said, we're not going to have a vaccine mandate, then they did one. We had to sue the Biden administration like 4 or 5 times over vaccine mandate. He promised us multiple times he wouldn't tax. He was only going to tax the rich. He wasn't going to tax working Georgians or working Americans and the people in the middle and the people that are on the lower end of the economic spectrum. That's exactly what they did. Where here in Georgia, they have a government that is cutting their taxes and putting money back in their pocket that they had given to the government to help them deal with these policies out of Washington.
And again, those are some of the comments Governor Brian Kemp this past Thursday at the Ultimate Steak and Seafood. We'll bring you more of his comments on Tuesday's newscast. Once again, a reminder, early voting all this week. Again, the election is set for a week from Tuesday. Again, the early voting time, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Hall Richardson Recreation Center. Again, it's located at 644 North 4th Street. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, funeral services set for this morning at 11 a.m. for Gene Reinhardt, who passed away this past Friday at the age of 74. Visitation will begin at 9:30 this morning before the funeral at 11 a.m. at Reinhardt & Sons Chapel with Reverend Carl Ledbetter officiating. Gene Reinhardt, in 1966, graduated of Wayne County High School. His family-owned funeral home began in 1931, continued with the addition of Gene as part of the Sons of Reinhardt & Sons funeral home. He'll always be remembered as one who could make people laugh with all his comical stories and jokes by easing a heavy burden at a time of grief. Once again, the funeral is set for this morning at 11 a.m. at Reinhardt & Sons Chapel. Visitation again gets underway at 9:30 this morning. The City Commissioners of Jessup set to meet tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at City Hall for a regular meeting under new business public hearing to rezone 556 East Cherry Street from R2 to PR, awarding a bid for a pickup truck for the Water Department, and discussion of board appointments, items with the city manager, items with commissioners, items with the mayor. All that's set for tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And the Wayne County Commissioners have a work session set for this Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. at the Wayne County Airport. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news today is Halloween. The official trick-or-treating time in Wayne County is from 6 to 8 p.m. Reminder, the Altamont Women's Club annual Halloween parade is set for today at 5 p.m. Parade begins at the corner of Macon and Cherry Street, proceeds down Cherry Street to West Broad Street, will end at the parking lot beside Bodner Chiropractic. Prizes will be awarded in the categories of scariest, cutest, and most original. Also, an adult prize and a group prize. Everyone receives a bag of candy. Again, that takes place today it gets underway at 5 p.m. Again, the official trick-or-treating time is from 6 to 8 p.m. Scarecrow Among Us contest winners have been announced. The school winner was Jessup Elementary, the group winner Jessup Bar Association, business winner City of Jessup, and the People's Choice Award was Chemours, and prizes can be picked up at the Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce has their state quarterly membership luncheon tomorrow. It's called State of Wellness, and takes place at 11 to 1 at the Coastal Pines Technical College. Cost for members $25, non-members $35. They state this program will overview the mental health needs that Wayne County faces while also celebrating the advancements in services in the community. Local subject matter experts will highlight resources and services that range from public school system to private outpatient providers. And that's taking place tomorrow at the college between 11 and 1 p.m. This Saturday, November 5th in downtown Jessup, the annual Veterans Day Parade. And they're looking for entries. All entries are welcome. If you'd like to participate, need more information, contact Alexis at Banks Real Estate at 912-559-2142. And the following Saturday, November 12th, at JC Stadium, the annual Southeast Georgia Turkey Trot 5K Run and Walk. Registration's open. Day of the race at 7 a.m. with the race beginning that Saturday at 8 a.m. Registration cost is $25 per person. If payment is received by November 3rd, cost is $30 after November 3rd and day of the race. Group team registration is available for groups of 10 runners at $20 per person. Teams must be prepaid by November 3rd to receive the discount, and team roster must be mailed with payment to Wayne County High School. Registration forms printed from Wayne County School System's website. Participants can also register on active.com. Proceeds from the event go to Wayne County High School's work-based learning program, and donated food items that Saturday will benefit the Good Samaritan Center. That's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.